How are we? How are we doing? I want to repeat myself because I think I said, how are we real quick? and um, I think it was still processing. I'm going to put this closer so privacy here. And I just really wanted to let you know that today is Friday, June 19th, 2026. Today we have a bunch of things going on besides the weather across the United States. We had Chiron leave fire sign Aries, ruled by Mars. We know Mars goes fast. You know, Mars is that warrior. We've talked about that. And Chiron, as of this morning, at 10:36 a.m. this morning, um, moved into Taurus. This is going to affect a lot of people. Taurus is Chiron, the wounded healer. Um, Actually, there's a whole story behind that. They call Chiron the wounded healer, but actually, Chiron had gone through a lot of pain and turmoil. As the story goes, I could get into that, but then we'd have to be here for a few hours. Beautiful long story, but has healed on his or her own. I don't want to say masculine or feminine, but I do want to say that in order for that representative Chiron being that we're talking about to heal on their own, they had to go through years and years of turmoil and healing and getting over pains and getting over many hurtful episodes, things that have happened to them, things that would normally break a person or break anybody for that matter, broken heart, loss, death, losing everything, loss of self, loss of ego, being tried over and over again, being played by friends, being played by others. Um, that's Chiron. Um, Chiron is also very successful in healing. The whole point of Chiron being in the mix is to let us know that we are healing those wounds, but we can overcome them. And with that said, it pushes us to look at things differently because a lot of the times people give up. And that's not what this is about. Chiron is moved into Taurus, which is an earth sign. Taurus is ruled by Venus, the heart. So again, this is going to entail many healing wounds that have to do with matters of the heart. With sorry, I was outside in the pouring rain. My hair's still soaking wet. So matters of the heart, things that pain us, loss of parents, loss of our children. I'm just going to go down the list. Loss of a husband or a wife. And I don't mean loss by death. It could be divorce. It could be, arguments, can't forgive each other, don't want to talk to each other anymore. Loss of jobs, loss of income, many different losses and pains and healing wounds. And that's what this story is about for a long time. It's going to be, Chiron is going to be in Taurus for multiple years. Just like Uranus entered Gemini for the next 7 years, back in February. So this is a time for all of us to this is the time, a big time, and especially we have Litha summer solstice coming up, solstice eve tomorrow, and then summer solstice on the 21st on Sunday. This is a time for huge reflection. How do we love ourselves? How do we forgive ourselves? How do we forgive others? How do we look at ourselves, and how do we how are we integrated into the earth? How do we ground ourselves? How do we step on solid ground? How do we have good ethics? Do we respect the earth? Do we respect and believe in beauty, joy, happiness, self-reflection, self-honoring, self-love, loving others? It's a big deal. A lot of people don't heal from those wounds, and they're carrying them still to this day. I mean, I know people that once they got divorced, I have friends, and they never married again. It was so traumatic for them. 26 years, 20 years. That is a big deal. And, also, I want to say with Chiron going into Taurus, it's going to make us look at our identity. It's going to hit if you have Taurus, Aries, Gemini, Virgo. The moon waxing crescent today went into Leo also at 10:36 this morning. And at the end of the month on the 30th, we're going to have Jupiter, in the South Node with Leo in the mix. So this is going to be an ongoing thing, and we will talk about that when we get there. I've got the next 6 reading dates on my YouTube channel. You can look at them. I will print them later after we're finished with that. I also put down today for all of you that are not sure how this transit of Chiron going into Taurus and leaving Aries is going to affect all of you. I put in, if you go into my YouTube channel and you go to my posts, I posted today, not only that I was having the reading this evening and got stuck in the rain, I apologize about that. But also below that, I have a beautiful reflective piece about how Taurus, Chiron entering Taurus, how it is going to change all of us for the next 7 years or more. How we heal, how we have self-worth, how we love ourselves. Because you can't be truly madly in love with someone else if you don't have that respect, that joy, those beliefs for yourself, and love yourself and respect yourself and be all of those things for yourself first and your family. That's with growth. That's with personal growth and reflection. Who do you know who you are? In your identity, you couldn't possibly be. Now you can, and I've talked to others and they say, yeah, I'm the same person. For me, absolutely not. If you met me 25 years ago, I was completely a different individual. People grow, people learn to reflect. We learn from lessons, and this is what Chiron is trying to have us take a look at, reflect on your self-worth. Have we learned anything? Have we grown? Are we growing into, I'll say it this way, they say in your South Node, that's who you were, that's who you came in, that's the karmic past, the dragon's tail, that's the past. We're leaving that and we're going into the North Node in our lives to who we're supposed to be. Usually that is our sun sign. We're growing into the path to be who we were born to be here as we're moving on throughout the different phases of our lives. We also still have Pluto retrograde, and that's also having us look at deeper transformations, deeper power dynamics within our careers, within our family, with our children, with ourselves, how we run our house, how we pay the bills, how we interact and coexist and intermingle, love, care, really have faith in, believe in, how we have joy with the people that are in our lives. And that is what Chiron is pushing us to do. Chiron is going to be that brief transit to Taurus for healing and self-worth. Is the theme is going to be for many, 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 many years. Now, obviously, it'll be stronger from the very beginning, but it's going to support practical solutions and ways to look at ourselves, a chance to heal and embrace who we are, our uniqueness, our differences. We love and respect each other, have mutual respect, mutual assent for one another. That is how we can all coexist with honesty, respect, truthfulness. It's we need to look at how we recognize ourselves in society, communicate, how we keep an open mind. Chiron is all about being mindful, having the ability to adapt, to be mutable, like the water signs are, instead of fixed, or and instead of cardinal, they might need some energy to kind of flip, around a little bit, But fixed signs are very loyal. They're on a mission. This is in Taurus. Taurus is a fixed sign. Security, foundation, grounding, mellow, loyal, having patience, being open, finding new ways to solve new things, finding new ways to resolve and help one another with that healing, that Chiron in the mix. Avoid taking everything so personally, having openness, having patience, having ontological humility for one another, humility towards animals, especially. I am so tired of seeing these poor babies being left commercial after commercial. And today I helped someone. They were giving away cats, and we were looking at dogs, and we were looking for homes for them. It was pouring outside. They're hungry, they're starving, they're cold, they're wet. Our children need homes, they need foster homes. Having that ontological humility for mankind, humility to respect the earth instead of throwing things out of your car, put it in a bag and wait until you get to your destination and throw it out. Be mindful of your surroundings. Be mindful of what you say. Have balance, finding more balance. Taurus likes a good home, good food. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, all the characters of those zodiac signs are going to feel this really strongly. Avoiding unnecessary friction. If you have nothing nice to say, for goodness sake, don't say it. Keep it to yourself. Go home and talk to yourself or something. I don't know. I usually, I always tell my boys, and they're older, but I tell when they were younger, I always used to say, if you don't like something, keep it to yourself and talk about it when you get home, where you cannot hurt the other person and you're not creating any animosity. I say that because we're talking to adults, but when they were younger, I would say, instead of creating friction to where you're no longer are friendly to one another, now there's a little bit of there's a wall there. Um, Chiron with the healing is all about teamwork, working together. It's not about just me. It's about everybody in the collaborative. My actions reflect on how we hurt other people, how we affect, how we love, how we do life and affect other people's lives. This is such a big deal. Listening to each other, because it can open doors to have better solving problems and having better strategies to be successful in your life, in your career, with your marriage. There's a way, a loving way. People need to start take and everybody it doesn't have to be loving for everyone because we're all not in those kinds of partnerships. But if you are with some your loved one, that would be my way of saying think about how in a loving way how you would want something to be expressed to you and try to reciprocate that back to the other person that is you care for. Stay grounding. If you can't keep a commitment, because Chiron is a healer, and one of the things I've talked to today with many other people that I've done readings for today is I find that people overcommit and make promises they can't keep. And that's a big problem on the surface in a relationship. And we have to be patient. We have to have openness. But let's not overcommit. If you really love someone, tell them I will try my best, but I'm going to need to tell you that I can do X, Y, Z. But if I can't do this, I need to let you know that because I don't want you to think that I'm not doing this because I just don't want to do it. Or, talk about it. Overcommitting and overpromising can be a big problem, especially when you're in a serious relationship or you're partnered or you're married. Be friendly to everyone. Your neighbor. You don't have to barbecue with them every week, but just say hi. Be mindful. Look out for one another. Be kind to one another. I try to post that when I do my postings. Be safe. Be peaceful. Be kind to one another. You know, avoid conflict. Um, avoid friction. You know, think about having balance in your life and how nice it would be if everybody was healing. We're all going to go through this healing, and if we can all do that without having the added bitching and complaining, I want to call it. I can't stand that. Sorry. I was wondering, it's just something I don't particularly care for. If you have something you want to say to me, find a nicer way to say it instead of barking orders or yelling or being a narcissistic person. Those little sly, nasty, cut down comments or sarcastic remarks that can really hurt one another. Um, you know, and that's really what we're trying to achieve here with Chiron coming into the mix, activating that healing, being cognizant of everyone around us and not self-centered. And then when I mean everyone, I mean every living thing, the trees, the animals. You see a dog on the side of the road that's starving to death. I'm not saying you should adopt them, but don't leave them there to die and get run over by a car. I saw that the other day. There was a cat, and I actually started crossing the highway, because there was two lanes going in the opposite direction, and I went to go across the street thinking that maybe I could pick the tag. It's not a tabby. It was an orange cat. I know there's a name for it, and I tried to get there. The light changed, and an 18-wheeler truck ran over the cat, and I was devastated. I was crying like a baby. Just and the sad part was that the cat tried to get up and walk away like nothing was wrong, and fell right down and just went, I'm out. And I just was hysterical. I walked home and I cried the whole way home. You know, he knew the cat was there. He was at a stoplight. He saw the cat there. It was right by the driver's side. Did nothing. Didn't even get out, move it, and then get back in. He had plenty of time. The light was a really long light, and I was, you know, that's just an example. Um, and many of us are going through the healing process too. Another thing that I like to also discuss is we have a lot going on with Cancer, and we have a lot going on with the Sun in Cancer, okay, and the Moon is also moving, okay. Um, it was in Leo this morning, and then it went into Virgo, and this is a really, really good time for emotional balance, practical focus, um, opportunities. There are going to be a lot of new opportunities coming up here. And I'm seeing this a lot. I'm seeing this a lot where people are going, I don't want somebody bossing me around all day long. I'm going to do this job. I'm going to work from home. I'm going to be a traveling nurse, or I'm going to be, excuse me, uh, you know, a traveling teacher, or I'm going to, um, you know, I have some of my friends, their kids graduated high school and went into the military here recently. I said, you know what? I really don't want to go to college. College kids aren't getting jobs anymore unless unless it's really something that they could pursue. Okay. So I'm went to college for teaching. I'm a teacher. I'm still teaching for this year for 21 years. But if you went to college, let's say, to do networking and coding, and they don't need you anymore because they have AI for that. Bye. Go put your things in the box and early retirement. I mean, there are people that are going through that. Um, and, you know, there are a lot of people now going into trades, journeymen, anything to do with your hands that can't be replaced by AI. And a lot of people are healing from that. I want everybody to be aware of that too. I'm talking to a lot of people that are going through that. They're getting their CDL license. I don't know, someone that worked in the corporate world for a long time is done with this shit. And he's like, you know what? I can drive all day. I love driving. God, he's going to drive. And the sad part is after a while, he's going to be making more money doing what he loves to do, traveling, making money, and, and he'll be home for a long time. So hold on. Sorry, had to turn the mic back on. Somebody was at the door. So with that said, you know, there are a lot of people that are changing jobs. The biggest thing now is get your BSN, get your master's degree, you know, get your become a nurse, a doctor. That's going to be like the biggest supply right now of jobs. Um, I know that the medical field is really, really looking for jobs. Again, trades. And with Chiron going to Taurus, I just wanted to be mindful of those of you. And ahead of time, I apologize. And if you've gone through what I just explained, I hope things get better for you. because I know a lot of people happened to one of my parents when they were in the living, had a job for like 30 years. And then all of a sudden they said, oh, I'm sorry, but we're not having this position anymore. So you're going to need to, um, we could give you some time to go find another job, or we can give you your retirement package. Say what? It happens to one of my parents. Yeah, kind of like, okay, well, we used you for 30 years, and the job is, no longer a position anymore. Oh, and here's the thing. That's how we moved to Texas when I was younger, is because they wanted my family to move, my parents to move down here to to work for Chevron Texaco, and they did that to them, and it was just like, what did you just say? So there's a lot of healing going on with that. I wanted to say, those of you that are going through that, put yourself on the back, you know, kiss your brain, love your heart, reflect. If that is something you're going through, and I have a lot of people that are going through that I'm talking to this past week, I give you, my heart goes out to you. And the animals I was talking about, please be mindful of that, because I'm a huge animal lover. And I hate to see that happen on the roads, and people just moving, and then they just abandon their dog after they had the dog living with them for 16 years. Who does that? Sorry. Um, you know, and so we had an older couple in the dog, beautiful dog, very obedient. But those are things that are going on. We need to be open-minded, open to new jobs, new opportunities. Hey, for me, I would just say, you know what? Maybe this is the universe's way of saying, I have something better planned for you. I have something better planned for you. This isn't the end all, the be all. This isn't everything that's going to happen for you. There's something better coming up. You did this, and you worked it, and you exhausted it, exhausted all the venues, all the routes. You did everything you had to do, and now they're telling you to move on. It's kind of like, I don't know how to say this, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. If someone says they don't need you anymore, you have to go. If someone says they don't love you anymore, they don't care for you anymore, you're not going to stick around in that. If someone at a company says that your job is gone, you go. But that's some of the Chiron healing things that I've been hearing the past couple of days, talking to some of my subscribers and a lot of my neighbors, because they know that I like to read and study astrology. And I've been talking about being open to new ideas as I'm talking with you. If something comes up and they say, we have, and I've had that happen to me already. I had someone send me an email and say, hey, you have the perfect background for this, this, and this. We have openings in Canada. I have an opening in Alaska. You can go. And they were paying like $30,000 more, but that would mean I would have to uproot everything and go live there. And my kids aren't ready for that right now. I may be, but that's just an example. So we have that going on. And the other thing that we have going on with Pluto, this transformation, is, it's just letting go, let love and let go. We don't have to hold on to the power all the time. I believe that we're so conditioned to do so in society, because that's what they tell you to do. So what do you want to do for a living when you grow up? What are you going to be? What are you going to do for the next 30 years? Like, okay, well, I've been in school since I'm in pre-K, and now you're going to ask me I've been in school in pre-K, so I've pre-K, kindergarten, and then 12 years and 14 years altogether, and then I'm going to go to college, and now you're telling me, okay, I have to quickly just make up my mind and decide what job I'm going to do for the next 30 plus years, and hopefully I get to keep that and it'll work out. That's we don't see it that way, but then working with as a facilitator, working with adult students in high school, and being a soccer coach, a cheer coach, working with kids that are graduating, that just graduated, especially my special ed students. They're petrified. So you know there's a lot of healing going on right now, and also with the economy changing. I what was it I went to the store for? I was yesterday. I went to the store for something, and they wanted $6 for something where I could have went. I just didn't feel like driving over there, so I was like, okay, I'll walk across the street. He's got it. I'll go get it. He's like, it's $6.99. I'm like, what? If I get in the car and drive up the road through the traffic, because traffic is really bad with rush hour, it would cost me $2.99. Well, I didn't, put the price on that. The prices are astronomical. Gas here isn't so bad. Today it was $3.29. That's pretty good in comparison to some with the average around the country. But that's another thing that Chiron going into Taurus, oil. This is all about the land and the resources we get from the land, oil, gas, and other things as well. Wood is another thing. Houses are not going to be built that much anymore until we have such an overflux of housing and houses being built from the past. No one's buying anything. And the housing market is going to go. Prices, not right now, but I can see where down the road prices are going to go down. Nobody wants to spend any money. As a matter of fact, there are people that I know that were paying, and this is a healing process for them as well. And some of you, of my subscribers, I'm sure, that lived in a house and then we're like, we can't afford this. The mortgage rates are too much, and the rates keep going up. And although the feds keep saying that they're trying to hold everything still, who wants to live in? And this is a small house, but I'm just using this as an example because everybody buys a different size house now, depending on how many children and animals you have. But you know, 2 adults and a child living in a 1,800 square foot home, 3 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 2.5 bath, kitchen, dining room, living room, patio, deck, pool, whatever. There's no way, and this you have to realize I'm in Texas, not up in New York or up north in Boston, so the prices are different. But normally you can when I first moved here, you can get a house like that for $100,000. Now they want almost $300,000 for them. And I looked at my friend and I was like, I left New York to get away from that, and now it's like it followed me here. Because I know I used to pay thousands and thousands of dollars just to live in a studio on Lexington and Park Avenue South, and Lexington, was it Lexington, Third Avenue? Um, anyway, it was a studio apartment. I mean, I could pretty much go like this, and it wasn't that much bigger. And that's what's going on with people. Everybody's going through this healing crisis between their homes, their jobs, being grounded, Taurus being in the mix, Chiron moving into Taurus. Taurus is about the earth. Foods that we get from the ground are becoming so expensive. Oil is so expensive coming from the ground, from the earth. Gas, it's getting so expensive. Anything that has to do with being nutritious is becoming expensive. Anything that's coming from the earth is becoming so expensive. It's a healing process because even said this a couple of weeks ago to the woman that was grocery shopping next to me. You know, all this crap food that has no nutritional value is so cheap, and all the healthy food is so expensive. And I looked at her, I said, are they trying to kill us? No wonder why people are getting sick here, left and right, and cancer here, and that cancer there, and this one here, and this one high blood pressure, and sodium, and heart disease, because all the bad stuff is what a lot of people can afford, and all the good stuff that keeps your health going, including vitamins and beets and D3 and CQ10 and vitamin B12, all these things, collagen, biotin, um, just to name the few that I take. Those things they cost money. If you can't afford them, you're not healthy. You're not taking your vitamins. You're not eating healthy. You're not eating the right things. You're eating ramen soup with no vitamins, maybe a little bit of iron, nothing. And it's all salt, sodium, garbage, crap, calories. There's no nutritional value. Nothing going into your body good. And this is another healing process that I believe that is going on with the Chiron going into Taurus, because a lot of the things that are practical, that we enjoy, that we love, that is part of Taurus, part of the earth sign, the element earth, coming from the land, is becoming too expensive to afford. And the other part that is something that we need to heal about and need to work on is that, are we respecting the land? I mentioned this earlier. I saw some kid threw something out the window, and I was just like, they just threw a whole bag out the window, like the park that they were driving by that was all grass, really nicely manicured. Yes, it was raining out. Throws the bag out, like, not my problem. No, that's nature. It is a problem, because if we do that all over the country, what the hell is our earth going to look like? Are we recycling? Are we recycling newspapers? Are we healing the earth? We're going into Chiron is going into Taurus. A big deal. Not just oil and gas, property, land, housing, all these things that accumulate to come back to the earth. Vegetables, throwing garbage everywhere, especially garbage that takes 10 years, and it's still there because it doesn't disintegrate. It just causes dirt, nastiness, filth, an ugly eyesore. Yeah, I think I made my point. I wanted to talk about this because it's just such a passion of mine. You know, earth signs are so passionate about, their priorities, their habits, their work, the ground, the soil, putting your hands in there. That's something else I did, and I moved, and I couldn't take all of them with me, but I've been working a lot with getting my hands back in the dirt, planting my own tomatoes again, planting my own jalapenos again, planting my own broccoli, and you know, I don't like regular young onions. I like scallion onions, so planting those. Also, I like a lot of spicy foods, so jalapenos, red peppers, um, regular peppers, strawberries. We love all of those things that you would normally go and buy are going to be better off. Heads up, because I think it's going to get worse because all of this Chiron going into Taurus, earthy, Virgo, earthy, Capricorn, earthy, Gemini, air. is going to be, and that includes Venus, the heart, Virgo, Mercury, communication. As I said, being open, communicating, talking to people in the manner in which you want to be spoken to, and vice versa, be reciprocal. And then we have Saturn coming in the mix with that going into Capricorn, and Saturn's like the police officer, and that's something else that's coming up that we're watching a lot of. Here is the state troopers, the police officers, the chiefs. They put more here in Houston, a lot more. They actually, I think they hired like 10,000 more cops. And everywhere you go, I mean, you don't even look like, if something doesn't look right, they pull you over and they check you. They want it cut out. They're tired of the nonsense, tired of the bull. And I don't blame them. I'm kind of glad because it makes me feel better. But I just want everybody to be mindful. Chiron's going into Taurus. Taurus is the earth and grounding. Having that joy, the practicalness, the finer things in life, things from the earth, everything I mentioned, oil, gas, fruit, vegetables, planting, building houses, digging into the earth, getting the right foods the right healthy foods into our body, because we need that. Our bodies are earth, air, fire, water, and spirituality. If we take away water, what happens to our bodies? We have water. If we take away the earthy things that I just talked about, what do we have? If we take away fire, we can't heat up our food, or we can't have heat. What do we have? I can go on and on and on. If the air that we breathe is poisoned or bad air, what do we have? If we don't have spirituality and the way to ground ourselves and come down and learn how to respect one another with ontological humility, having humility for others and respect for others and joy for others and respect, what do we have if we don't have that spirituality? How do we treat each other? So all these things are really important. Chiron is moving into Taurus. We need to be more mindful of the element that pertains to anything that could be connected to the elements, and especially Earth. Is moving into Taurus, and Taurus is an Earth sign. It's a fixed sign. All right, let's go to the reading. So today is a great day. I'm so happy to have all of you here, subscribers. Please press the right button, like, subscribe, put your comments in the chat box. I love reading your chats. I love reading the comments. I love having you all here. I'm sure all of you are going to be communicating with me later and asking me tons of questions. Bring it on. I love it. I love it. It's Friday. We can go get a cup of tea, have some coffee. If you don't do that and you want to, it's Friday and you don't have to work tomorrow, you want to sit back, relax, have a glass of wine. We can sit back and talk about that. That would be great. Yeah. We can talk about things that some of us do. I know a lot of people that volunteer. I usually volunteer for Habitat for Humanity. I like working with animals, as I already told you about that. I also enjoy volunteering to help the elderly out. I haven't done that in a while, but I really enjoy doing that. And then they're so fun to go shopping with, because sometimes they need help going shopping. They love that company. Had shopped it more than 3 times. Let's see what we got. Oh, beautiful. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. I love it. Da, 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 da. I'm loving it. This is beautiful. Knight of Cups. Now, the Knight of Cups comes in here. He's not on his horse, but he's definitely celebrating. He's coming in here. This is a young, I don't want to say young man, but I want to say someone in their 20s, maybe 30s would be, they're coming in here. They're here to celebrate life. They're here to celebrate the joys of life. Yes, they're here to celebrate the joys of life and give us pleasure. And I don't want to cover this picture because this is so beautiful. Celebrate how we live our lives. Celebrate you. For those of you that are, I wish this works. Those of you that are singletons, you have a lot going on for you as far as this Knight of Cups is concerned. This could be somebody also too. Knight of Cups is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but the King of Cups is a Scorpio. The Knight of Cups is a Pisces man, a Pisces young man, and then of course we have Cancer and Pisces for pages. I want to say some of you are going to be, and this is not male or female. This is just a Pisces in general coming in. They want to honor you. They respect you. They like you. They want to get to know you. You might have just met them. They might be a partner. There might be somebody that's already a part of your crowd. I see them being pleasurable. They could be a friend. They could be an interesting business partner. They're all about having fun. Again, healing. Pisces, water signs, healing. This can be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, although this card represents Pisces young man, or actually the the card before this would be the young person, like teenager. This is a young man, more like mid to late 20s, 30s, coming in here. I see it could be somebody that's your husband too. Some of you, I could be your husband or your wife. You know, compassion, love of nature, love of animals, deep understanding, a deep sensitivity, warm, loving, giving, has a lot of empathy for others. This male or female could be coming in as a friend, or a friend that you already have is what I'm seeing. A friend that we already have, or somebody that's in the mix already, that with people that you are around on a regular basis. Could be at work, could be with friends, could be in your neighborhood, or someone that lives close to you. You know, just a neighbor. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, I'll watch the house for you while you go away. Deep connection with, you know, making sure everybody's taken care of, good caring person. This person wants to get together and start anew. If they're non-attached, if they're singletons, if they're already attached, they are celebrating you. They are celebrating either their male or female partner, significant other. If you're married, if you're partnered already, I'm seeing you building closer connections and working really hard and working on spending more time together to celebrate each other and celebrate each other's love and comfort within your own environment, spending more time together to keep that bond together that you already have, because you're very intuitive with one another, whomever the other partner may be. Giving and taking, reciprocating with equity. That's what I'm getting. That's lovely. This is a lovely card. It really is. It's beautiful. Next one. Oh, lovely. The Six of Cups. Yay, the Six of Cups. And this is such a great card. The Six of Cups is all about coming together, celebrating, again, and it's being more like humdrum, not celebrating, but you're being humdrum. You're sitting there, you're reflecting. See how they're all talking together, kind of like a high school reunion, getting together with friends, talking about the present. How you doing? This is maybe this person, this Knight of Cups, could be coming to this gathering with the Six of Cups is a gathering, talking about talking about things, being humdrum, and not humdrum in a bad way, just like, hi, how you doing? How's everything going? How's your life been? What's new? What are you up to? What did you do today? Getting together with groups, kind of sitting around, like a bunch of kids playing on the playground. And this person comes in and he wants to celebrate someone in this crowd. Like that. Someone's got their eye on you. I like that. And then, of course, we have the King of Wands. And I love the King of Wands. He is a super dad, a super Leo. The King of Wands is a Leo, for sure. And the Queen of Wands is Sagittarius. The King of Wands is a Leo. He's a super dad. He loves. He's good with power. He's good. He's a good leader. Okay, yeah. He's ruled by the sun. Leo is ruled by the sun, by Venus. He's passionate. He's loving. He's caring. He's got expression. He's outgoing. He's funny. He's very firm, though. Firm with rules. Firm with setting his ground. He is the king. He is definitely the lion in the court. This is coming across. This is coming across to me like we're having a celebration here, getting together with friends, and this is more like a father figure, and this young man is coming in to be with this crowd, and they're celebrating someone in this crowd. So any one of you, okay, we have the Knight of Cups. This could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It doesn't have to be masculine or feminine. This Knight of Cups is coming in, wanting to celebrate, wanting to meet up and celebrate with somebody, and celebrate the person, not just celebrate by drinking. Celebrate the person, celebrate the personality, celebrate the loveliness that you are, the handsome person you are, the beautiful woman you are, whomever, to this gathering. The Six of Cups is a meeting of like people together, talking, getting along, humdrum, talking to life. The person coming in and being a part of this gathering. And at this gathering, this dominant leader is coming in and saying, this needs to be this way in order for this to happen. So to me, this is feeling father figure, dad, husband, maybe this person could be, again, this is masculine to me. I'm not feeling a woman or feminine. This I'm feeling could be male or female. Coming to this event where they're getting together, they're talking, and this male dominant leader, King of Wands, Leo, sign of Leo with passion, leadership, pride, likes to have fun, self-expression, romantic creativity, but he's the lion. He's gonna put down his roar and put down his paws, and he's gonna stand his ground. Whatever goes on at this celebration with this person getting together with whomever is here, this King of Wands is gonna have a say so. So the shirt is silky. It's stole my shirt and fell. This King of Wands is going to have something to say about this Knight of Cups, whether it's feminine or masculine. The people at this gathering are going to be talking about it. This is now getting, I'm like seeing it, like I'm in the room with them right now. I swear, it's like as soon as this person leaves the room and this one enters, and when this one says opens his mouth and says his piece, they're gonna go. And then when this one enters, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, hey, hi, come on, come sit down." That's exactly what I'm getting. I can almost see the picture, like at a dinner party or a gathering, or I want to say it's like a class reunion or a neighborly barbecue, and all of a sudden maybe somebody came in that you used to go to school with, and they're already taken. They're all. That's another scenario I've got there as well. I need to clarify. I need to clarify. I want to say. I want to clarify the Knight of Cups first. I want to clarify the Knight of Cups first. Yeah, I'm going to clarify that. I'm going to clarify that. The Knight of. I'm sorry. The Knight of Cups first. Then we'll clarify the King of Wands, because I know I'm getting. I'm feeling this is like a gathering. Like a lot of you went to school together, or you all know each other in the neighborhood for a long time. This person comes in, "How you doing?" And they're all like, "Hi, wow, we haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing?" And then this one comes outside and is like, "That's my wife. That's my." I'm not even gonna say. "That's my wife. That's my daughter." Something like that. And he's going to go social and do his thing, and everybody here is going, yeah, it's going to be like that scenario, but not that obvious. It's going to be more like people just walk up to each other and go, "Hey, hi, having a glass of wine?" "Yeah, me too. I love this white wine. Where'd you get it?" "Oh, I got it in Australia, blah 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 blah." "Oh, did you see who stopped in tonight?" "Oh yeah, did you see him checking her out?" "Uh-huh. But isn't she taken? Isn't she married? Is that his daughter?" Something to that scenario. And the Knight of Wands, he's not loving it. He's not loving it. Knight of Wands is a great guy. Love Leos. But the Knight of Cups doesn't give a shit. He wants what he wants. He's gonna put his heart on his sleeve. He's a cup. He's a cup. He's a water sign. He sees a beautiful person. He sees the opportunity for love. He sees the opportunity to go talk to a beautiful person, male or female, and they're going to take it. And everybody's going to be watching and just gathering around and humdrum and communicating with one another and catching up. And they notice this young man come that they haven't seen in a while. But this man doesn't really appreciate that, but doesn't really appreciate that person being there. And there's nothing he can do about it because everybody else has already made it clear that they're fine with that. Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm looking at the Knight of Cups first. Let's see what we got. The Three of Wands. The Three of Wands. Okay, he's not here for the long term. He's coming and he's going. If he meets somebody, if the Knight of Cups is coming in. He's at this party, doing a lot of flirting, doing a lot of talking, getting to know people, sees a lot of beautiful ladies. Knight of Wands is like, get the bleep out of here. I'm not going to use that. So, but with the Three of Wands coming in, okay, the Three of Wands is looking ahead at the future. Where are they going? They're not staying. They're planning ahead. They're leaving. They're off on a new adventure. And that makes so much to me. I'm going to move this back. That makes so much sense to me. I'll let you see. It is the Three of Wands. She's looking ahead. She's looking at the ocean. That's emotions. She's looking at the ship. She's looking at going on a trip. She's looking on her adventure, looking at further lands in the distance while she's on the mountains, looking at over the ocean, looking overseas, looking where she's traveling to. This person is not sticking around. He's having a good time. However, he's got plans to move on. But right now he wants to have fun. He's doing a lot of flirting and hooting and hollering and having a good time, but I don't believe it's the right environment. And everybody is just like, well, we know you're leaving. And I guess for me, I'm still going to say it. The King of Wands doesn't like it. This is the Nine of Cups is doing a lot of flirting. He's going off. He's not staying. The Three of Wands is all about leaving and moving to the future, moving on, traveling, moving ahead. Knight of Wands doesn't like that because the King of Wands. I apologize. The King of Wands doesn't like that. Again, he's a Leo. He's not playing around. He's the father type. He's the king of the castle. He's the king of his card. He's the father figure. The people everybody looks up to. He, to me, has the same equivalent power, oversight with family as I would equate his power, his fatherlyhood, his caring for family, his passion to the emperor, who's also the same thing. And the emperor is also a fire sign ruled by Aries in the major arcana. He's got that same personification, personality about him. His ethos is the same. He don't like this Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is coming in, but I checked him out. He's got the Three of Wands. He's not staying. The Three of Wands is looking ahead to move on. The Six of Cups is just a get together. It's humdrum. It's like a family gathering, going to a classroom reunion, a big birthday barbecue thing. The Knight of Cups is coming in. He's kind of doing a lot of flirting with pretty girls, or vice versa. Girls coming in, she's hot looking. She sees a lot of good looking guys, but she's not sticking around. She's just playing with people. King of Wands doesn't like that shit. He doesn't like people playing games with his company, with the people at his party. Okay? That's what I'm getting. He's just like, I am putting up with this. You either like act right or get out. Out. Okay? I'm gonna shuffle this again, and I want to cover the Knight of Wands and see. I'm sorry, the King of Wands, and see what because he is got a really strong personality, just like the Emperor. I mean, the Emperor and the major sign he's looking over. You know, he's looking over the family in the yard. You see the kids playing. He's sitting down. You'll see him on the chair, and you'll see the Aries ram on the side of his chair and his staff. And he's looking over at the kids while he's sitting down. The Emperor. Yeah. Okay. The King of Wands. We've got the okay. Well, nobody's going to mess with this King of Wands because apparently he's got the money. The Nine of Cups, coins or cups? Coins. Okay, the Nine of Pentacles. This is coins is Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a symbol of being well off, working hard, worked hard for the money, very wealthy, takes care of themselves, takes care of the family, and that came in with the King of Wands. The Nine of Pentacles, or coins, they say coins down here. That's why sometimes I say cups on accent because I see the C. The nine of Pentacles represents a hardworking person who's worked hard all their life. They take care of themselves. They've worked hard. They've earned their money. They've made their money. They're very wealthy. They're self-sufficient, and they know it. They know they're successful. They've worked hard. They've worked in the garden. They've reaped what they sow, and they are very regal. And that came in for the King of Wands. This King of Wands does not want anything to do with this Knight of Cups being at his party, his barbecue, this get together. I want to really know what this get together is. I want to say it's coming to me like a classroom reunion, a barbecue. I don't mean a barbecue like just invite the next door. I mean, I'm talking like, hi, it's it's Antonio's birthday. He's going to be 15 and next year he's going to be 16. And they got all the kids from the junior high school coming, and they have all the girls coming, and they have all the teenagers coming, and then there's people in the pool. It's a big get together. It's not like, and there's a lot of parents there, a lot of grown-ups, are very, very attractive grown-ups, very, very successful, well-off children at this party, but they're not sticking around because they're leaving to travel, or they're going to college, or they're not sticking around. They're making plans to move on. But he likes to come in, and he likes to, although he's not sticking around, he likes to come in and, I'm not going to say he's a player, but I'm going to say he's a big flirt. He's a big, and he or she likes the girls, the boys, whatever, and he's not shy about it. He's gonna come in and do his thing. He's blunt. He's not shy about it. He don't care. He's not sticking around anyway. They're just talking, gossiping, goofing off. Did you see? Did you do? But Daddy O, by the way, the King of Wands, very wealthy, very successful, home, house, money, works hard. He's not liking it. He's just not liking it. He's like, get the fuck out of it. Right? Okay. So that's that. So if any of you are having barbecues, graduations, uh, that's what I got here. Because this guy's young. He's young. He's a young. He's a young man. But as you know, the Three of Wands is. She's looking out. She's going. She's gone. You know, traveling on, looking ahead, looking for abundance. Look at the ship in the background. Look at the ship in the background. She's not staying. She's traveling. She's going on, going to new lands, traveling to lands. Where's she going? She's taking her staff and she's holding on to that, and she's looking overseas to see where she wants to go, where he or she may go. This Knight of Cups is just hanging out for a good time because he's gonna be gone when the summer's over. And then the King of Wands, he's not playing that. He doesn't want anybody to get hurt. He doesn't want anybody playing around like that. It's his party. He's wealthy. He's successful. And this could be a graduation party. Now I'm thinking, I'm seeing a lot of adult kids. I'm seeing a lot of adult kids here. Yeah, a lot of grown-up parents. Everybody's looking handsome and pretty. Bathing suits, barbecues, lots of wine, beer, and not saying anybody's hurting anybody or anything like that. But I'm seeing a lot of people here, like a graduation party, a gathering, a birthday, uh, you know, going off to college. Nothing to get married or anything like that. It's more like school graduation party, uh, a reunion, son's birthday party. But I'm seeing it playing out where this these instances are happening. Someone's coming in that's young. They're going away, flirty. Or her dad, King of Wands, is just like really wealthy, really successful, got his shit together, nice house, nice wife, trophy wife, trophy kids, beautiful kids. Everybody's there. He's not having this. He doesn't like this Nine of Cups coming in there, playing around with the kids, the, the flirting around with everybody, because they're not sticking around. They're not sticking around, and he doesn't want anybody getting hurt. He doesn't want to put up with that. He doesn't want anybody to be played with, and he doesn't want anybody bothering anybody at this party because he's got money and he's there for fun to support his family, not to have people play games with his family and his friends. All right, that's what I got. Awesome. I need everybody to think about that because that was a big one there. That King of Wands came in so strongly for me. Instantly, it was like, okay, Dad. That was the end. That as soon as I grabbed that card, that King of Wands was the dad card, the grandpa. Not even grandpa. I want to say a dad, like 55 to 62, dad. Teenagers in the house, putting that foot down. No, you're not playing with my kids. You're not messing with me. You're not messing with my family. Sure, absolutely not going to happen. Okay. All right. Since we have Chiron into Taurus, I'm going to be pulling a karma card. This is cards for your soul, things that you need to work on, or you may need to release. I'm going to be shuffling that really quick, and then we'll do an angel number card, and I will see you tomorrow. I will be here tomorrow again for everybody. This is a long weekend. I'm going to be here tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. Summer solstice, Litha Day, fun in the sun. Hopefully it doesn't rain. It's raining here in Texas. every day, every day, to where it's very, very flooded. So we're not driving crazy. If you are at a party and you do have something to drink, please ask somebody to take you home or call Uber. Nobody, no, there's nothing. It has nothing to do with pride. You're not going to have any pride if you're dead. So call Uber. Right? Cover your ass. Cover yourself. Protect yourself. When anybody driving home like that, I have kids too that are in their 20s. And I tell them the same thing. Call me. I'll pay for it. You go downtown and it costs $100. I'd rather pay $100 and have to bury you and pay thousands and thousands of dollars and be devastated for the rest of my life. Okay. Oh, maybe this is pertaining to the King of Wands, but it says here. Okay. It says nicely, and this is too, I love this because this reminds me of my chakra meditations. Yes, I love that. Anyway, it says face control issues. Trying to control others only limits your own freedom. Let go of the need for control and trust the flow. That's why there's water there. Face control issues, trying to control others. Trying to control others only limits your own freedom. Let go of the need for control and trust the flow. You have to trust. You have to heal. And that's very hard for some of us that haven't healed. You have a hard time trusting. For those of us who have been through very traumatic issues or circumstances, this is, by the way, I love this. This is obsidian protective crystal. Put this here so you can see it. And I'll put that down in a minute. Yes, a lot of people, you cannot control people. You cannot tell people, well, I mean, you can, but how is that going to get you anywhere, right? Not going to get you anywhere. You can't, if you love someone, the old saying, if you love someone, set them free. And if they come back, it's meant to be. If they don't, and they're still feeling like they have to go find their way, they still need to go forward. Not meant for you, and you're not. Truthfully, no one should force love. That's not love. It's control issues, like I just said. Okay. I'm also going to do clarifying life situations as well. Card for you, and letting go, trust. Let it just, sometimes people say, I love you, but I need to do this. I need to do this for myself. I need to do this to show to myself that I can be independent, that I can be self-reliant, that I can take care of the things I need to take care of, because right now I'm not taking care of my parents take care of me or whatever. Or, it's been a while since I've been single. I just got divorced. I can't be in a relationship right now because that wouldn't be fair to you. If I just got out of one relationship and jump into another, that's not honesty. That's controlling. If you continue to try to control somebody to be with you, to do what you want to do it your way, and that's just not right. That was 3 times. All right, let's see what we got. Sky of clarity. And seek clarity. I'm going to read both of them. Okay. Seek clarity. Okay. Seek clarity. Embrace openness and insight. allowing life's truths to reveal them to you. I'll read it again. Embrace openness and insight, allowing life's strengths to reveal themselves to you, or reveal themselves. And the other one's pretty much the same thing. Sky of clarity. Soar into the boundless sky of clarity, where insights are infinite as assured. What does it say? Assured expenses. That doesn't make any sense to me, but okay. It says soar into the boundless sky of clarity, and their insights are as infinite as assured expenses, meaning abundance. Okay, assured abundance. Sky of clarity is bounteous sky of clarity, where the insights are as infinite as the assure of expenses or the ensure of money that will come in. Okay, seek clarity, embrace openness and insight, allowing life's truths to reveal themselves to you. And I think you have life's truths here. You know, there's a lot of that going on here. And I'm going to say, I want everybody to start being more honest with one another, because I'll tell you what, once you tell a lie, you're constantly telling a lie to cover up all the other lies and the other bullshit. So you'd be better off just telling somebody the truth. I know it will hurt. You can't force somebody to do something. Like this card here says, face control issues. You cannot force people to do things that you want them to do. You can't. I mean, you can, but they might come to regret you for it, because you're not giving them the freedom that they need to do. They can't find their own path. Independent, you intercede with that. Why would you want to, why would you want to intercede with that? I wouldn't want to do that. I would rather be like, yeah, I think you should go too. Why would you want them to stay? I don't think I'd want to say it. Oh my gosh, this is so weird. I didn't even know this card existed in this deck. This is the first time I'm getting this. Good luck. Literally, the card is good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spirit guides, progress, justice, structures, systems, processes, conditioning, and rules. Okay. You are on the right track. Someone from the other side has your back and encourages you to try your best. You will succeed. Observe your surroundings and communicate clearly. Be sure that everyone will fall into pieces. You need to fall into place. Does anybody here, besides myself, did anybody recently have anybody pass away? Look that up. Go to the other side. Parents might be looking over you. Grandparents might be looking over you. I don't mean recently, meaning like this past month. I mean recently, within the past 5 years. And you're still thinking about them. And the funny part is Spirit knows that, because they're watching you. A lot of people, I feel it all the time. Sometimes something will happen. I've noticed that too. Like something will just fall down. Like I have a book here, and something will fall down, or it'll get windy from the air conditioning, or whatever is transpiring, and then all of a sudden, it's like something falls down, and I go to pick it up, and it's like picture of that person, which has happened before, or it'll be something that that individual gave to me. Also, it could be someone's watching you from afar and they see what they're doing, and all of a sudden you're getting job offers. They knew that you love to paint. They knew that you love to cook. They knew that you know you were a good dentist or a good dental hygienist, or they knew you were a good nurse, or they knew that you were great at building houses and making furniture from scratch and selling it and making it your own and your own design and making it your own business and selling it, running your own business instead of be working as a plumber for someone else. You bought your own chain. Maybe you have your own abacus chain and you're a journeyman, but you're you've got your own business now. Trades are getting more popular than going to college, because a lot of people are going to college and they're not getting the degrees they went to college for because they're no longer available, because they're all run by computers now. So that's something that, maybe you put that out there, out in the ethers, and your grandmother, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your husband, they're listening and they're sending you feathers or coins or angel numbers, and they're sending you messages, and you keep seeing these signs, and you're seeing them, like I had today. I had a conversation with a friend of mine. I was told that I saw 111 today, 1212 today, 444. She's like, oh, I saw some of those too. I was like, yeah. And I've been also thinking about some other people that just passed away recently within the past 3 months for me. So have you known a lot of people? You have other individuals in your family within the past 5 years that passed away. This might be your family members, your friends, working for you, bringing you luck, listening to your prayers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good luck. Good luck. This is good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4 is good luck. Bringing spirit guides, progress, justice, structures, systems, processes, conditioning, and rules into the picture. You are on the right track. Someone from the other side, family, friend, someone that you were close to, someone is from the other side, has your back and encourages you to try your best. You will succeed. I'm telling you, I'm feeling that for sure. Observe your surroundings, look for the signs, and communicate clearly. Be sure that everything will fall to its place. Its pieces fall to pieces. Be sure that everything will fall to pieces. Not fail, fall, meaning all the pieces are going to fall into place like a puzzle. All the pieces are going to fall right there into place like a puzzle. This is rocking awesome. I want to wear this like a police badge. Look! My family's with me. They're right here. All right. I'm going to leave this up for all of you. And I put this back here. I was going to light candles today, but I have the air conditioning on pretty high. It was with the heat index about 102 today here. So with the air on and it's blowing pretty hard, I don't want to light anything for safety precautions. Hey, this has been great. All of you are so wonderful. Thank you so much. My name is Kate. I'm Danny's Celtic World. I love being with you, communicating with you. Please communicate. Write down in the chat. Send me messages. I love to hear all of you. Get back to me. Write me your comments. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Make sure you like my channel. Make sure you hit that red button and subscribe. Be a part of it, because 4th of July weekend, I'm going to start my memberships. Yes, and all of you that are liking, subscribing, and viewing are going to be a part of the membership. They're going after. I'm going to be putting in badges, and we're going to have different levels of membership. And I am so excited for all of you. Please, again, this is Kate with DANUS Celtic World. Please like, subscribe, hit that red button, give me your comments. I want to talk to all of you and answer your questions. If you need me at DANUS Celtic Worlds at gmail.com, you can email me. If you need a 1-card pick, a 3-card pick, or if you want an astrology chart, we can go over your astrology, go over the whole houses for you, your north node, your south node, your 5th house, sun, moon, and rising sign. Let me know how I can help you with that. Let me know if you want a Celtic cross reading. It takes a long time, but we'll have a good time. We'll get that coffee together in the morning, and we'll talk about your Celtic cross reading and your astrology. DANUS Celtic Worlds at gmail.com. Come see me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I love having you here. Again, please like, subscribe, hit that red button. Show me that you're rocking it. You're coming to see me, coming to visit. I love talking and commenting with you and chatting with all of you. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great evening. Happy Friday. Be safe. Have a good evening. I'm going to put this down for you. And then what I'm going to do is, then what I'll do is after a couple of minutes have passed, then I will log off. But I will let everybody take a look in case they're just coming in, and then I'll go and log off. I'll be logging off in a couple of minutes. Here's where that nine of coins is, that pentacles is, that 9 of pentacles. That King of Wands, he's not playing around. This guy likes to have a lot of fun though, but he's going to go leaving soon. He'll be leaving soon. It was a pleasure having all of you here on Friday night. Oh, please come back tomorrow. Like, subscribe. Some of your comments, I love getting back to you. And I always check after we're done, always. And again, it was a pleasure to see all of you at DANUS Celtic Worlds. I'll see you mañana. Have a good night. Ciao for now. Take care. Bye-bye.